Another one I'll mention that goes in that last one is people talking about the universe showing them something, or the universe indicating something. Well, the universe is not a person. It doesn't show or indicate or communicate anything, right? That's really common. I hear that one often. So secondly here, in terms of mistakes of logic, second category of mistakes are the fallacies of presumption. Lisle writes, a fallacy of presumption is an argument that is faulty because it contains one or more unproven or unfounded assumptions. Lisle discusses 11 types of presumption: sweeping generalization, hasty generalization, bifurcation, begging the question, question-begging epithet, complex question, no true Scotsman, special pleading, false analogy, false cause, and slippery slope. All of these errors are used in defense of evolution, but as with the fallacies of ambiguity, we'll look at just two of these here. The fallacy of bifurcation, which is also called the false dilemma or the either-or fallacy. This is, says Lisle, when two propositions are presented as if they were mutually exclusive and the only two possibilities when in fact they're not. For example, the false choice between Christianity and reason, or the Bible and science. Someone will falsely claim either you live by faith or you're a rational thinker or a free thinker. But one can live by faith in the biblical God and be a rational thinker. In fact, we've seen that rational thought requires faith beforehand in the biblical God. Rational, solid, logical thinking and reasoning is based upon belief in the Bible, presupposing the Bible. Or they'll say, I can't accept the Bible because I believe in science. In fact, as we've seen, there's no contradiction between these two positions, and in fact, the Bible is the foundation of real science, as it was for Sir Isaac Newton, the father of modern science. So he's actually contradicted himself. So the fallacy of bifurcation, of the false dilemma, is committed by those who think and speak this way. How about the fallacy of begging the question, also known as circular reasoning? This is, says Lisle, when the conclusion of an argument is incorporated into one of its premises, or when the truth of a premise depends on the conclusion. Examples are statements like, how do I know evolution is true? Because it's a fact. This argument is asserting A, that evolution is true on the basis of B, that it's a fact. But A is merely a restatement of B. A person arguing this way has merely assumed what he's trying to prove. Or someone will say, miracles are impossible because they can't happen. Or they'll say, a little more subtly now, young Earth creationists are wrong because radiometric dating shows that rocks are billions of years old. The problem with this argument is that young Earth creationists do not accept the assumptions that have gone into radiometric dating. So by accepting that radiometric dating is reliable, the arguer has already assumed that young Earth creationists are wrong, and has then concluded that the young Earth creationists are wrong. This begs the question. Every old Earth argument I have ever seen, writes Lisle, commits the fallacy of begging the question. Old Earth creationists and evolutionists suddenly assume as part of their premises what they're trying to prove. It's a terrible logical fallacy. And of course, to disagree with God's word requires you to be self-contradictory and irrational, to be illogical, as we're seeing here.